Hi wonderful beings. So welcome to Restorative Movement with Tarot. So this mini series are going to be focused on the different major arcana archetypes, and each morning I'll be shuffling the tarot and allowing each one, whichever major arcana card wants to pop up to do so, and to guide us into a little bit of a movement journey. So the card which popped up today is a Strength card, and what it speaks to me today, this morning, it's about gentleness. It's about inner strength and the strength that comes with gentleness, with being gentle, compassionate, being able to hold space for yourself, basically for your own processes, being able to tame the inner beast that's on this card, this lion, with unconditional love and presence, by giving attention, by holding, space, by just witnessing. So I suppose questions we can hold throughout this movement journey could be, where is my inner strength? What does it look like? What does my inner strength look like? How do I cope with difficulties in life? Can I let go of control? Can I let go of judgment? Can I let go of stress in general? And in this play of my inner strength, can I do that and tap into this sturdy core inwards, which cannot be shaken by anything? Can I tap into that place of complete acceptance of what is, knowing that I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm well, and I can do it. I can go through it. Things are changing, things are shifting all the time, and we're learning different lessons all the time. So so the Strength card speaks to us of endurance, of strength, but the strength of the will, or the strength of the spiritual self. The sorry, my hay fever is really bad, so I may have to eat my nose quite often, but ignore that if you can. So yeah, the Strength card speaks to us of the strength, the immense strength which comes in the moment we accept our circumstances, not give up, not saying give up, but accept our circumstances the way they are, and embrace ourselves with the most loving and warm, energy, and we start caring for ourselves. We start supporting ourselves in this period, whatever it is. Another intention is, whatever's going on, there is immense inner power within ourselves, and we can go through anything and everything. We have learned a lot of lessons, we have gone through a lot of difficulties, and we're strong, we're warriors, warrior women and men. So I suppose I invite you with this session. It's going to be very gentle, beautiful stretching movements to think about, to allow yourself, your consciousness, to drop into the body, and to think about your inner power, your strength. What does it feel like? How does it express itself? really invoke that archetype of the strength of the tarot. And the light is quite okay, yeah. And move with it. Allow it to move through your body, and allow it to come to you today. Or if you're doing this in the evening, then the next day, or in your dreams, and to teach you whatever lessons it has for you. Okay, so just grab a mat if you have some, or a rug, or whatever it is, something, somewhere to sit on. And so you have this exercise can be done in a few ways. So you can sit cross-legged the way I do, just nice and comfortable. You can sit in this position, butterfly or frog position, where your soles of the feet are meeting each other, and you're just gently letting the knees to fall, no pushing, no stretching. So make sure if you're in this position, make sure that you're really sitting on your sit bones. You don't want to sit on your tailbone and to have your back curved. If that's the case, if you cannot sit on your sit bones in this position, then I encourage you to sit in cross-legged position like this. The other option is, if this is difficult or this is difficult, then get a cushion and put under your bum. So you have a little bit of height, and this should help you to basically sit with your spine straight, with your back straight upwards, right? So if you're doing it cross-legged, or start with one leg in front, and then when we go to the other side, change the legs. Yeah? Okay. So I'm gonna sit in this position, in the butterfly position. And I encourage you to do that if you can. Try it with a cushion if that is most comfortable. If not, then sit cross-legged. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one hand and put it, so in this case, this is my right hand. Put it somewhere behind the leg so you can really take weight, so it's comfortable to take the weight of your upper body. And then we can put the other hand on either in the middle of the hip or more towards the knee, not on the knee though, and gently push the leg down as you are elongating the body in the other direction. So we're having a nice stretch. So push that as much as you can. No, don't push too much basically. Be gentle with your own body. So you should feel a nice stretch here, like in the back, in the lower back, this side of the body, maybe the neck too, and also the hip. So play around with the tension, with the stretch. See how much your body can take in such a way that it's pleasant. This stretch is pleasant, it's nice. It should feel really, really wonderful to the body, like awakening and gently inviting movement. So we're dropping the neck, as you can see, we're dropping the head down, we're not holding it up, we're not looking anywhere, we're just gently dropping it, and I have taken my weight here with this hand. So just stay there for a few seconds. Just enjoy the stretch. Enjoy the space that opens in the hips. And breathe. Really breathe into that stretch. Okay, and go to the middle again. going to do it to the other side, same thing. So the hand here behind, so you can take your weight. Put the other one on in the middle of the hip or towards the knee, whatever. And gently bend into opposite directions. Stretching, pushing the hip away from your torso. Feel the stretch. So another tip here would be put the hand back rather than here, because that's not comfy. Put it back so it can take, you know, your weight and you can really elongate. And just allow everything to drop. Feeling the stretch. Feeling the space that opens in your hips, in your beautiful ligaments, muscles, joints. One hip may be more mobile, more flexible than the other one. That's perfectly normal. And with the breath, deepen the stretch, keep pushing the hip away, keep elongating the torso, the upper body in the opposite direction. And use the breath. And come back to the middle. We're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to work with a spiral shape. So pushing away and then taking the head down and this shoulder as well. So that you have a nice spiral in your back. So the head, if that helps, is looking towards the hand, the back hand. You don't have to really, you know, look at it if you can't, but that's the intention. Like, this is where the movement is taking you. And with this hand, we're pushing the hip away again, but this time we are spiraling the upper body, and the stretch should feel different. It should manifest in different locations, different places in your lower back, in your hip, in your neck, in your shoulder. So allow that, really drop the head down and turn it around towards the back hand. So stay here for a few seconds, for a few breaths, let's say 5 deep breaths here. Pushing the hip away. And go back to the middle. We're going to do it to the other side. The same thing. Think about spirals, think about the breath, getting into these places where the stretch is happening. And opening some space, releasing the stress, releasing the held energy. And turn to the middle. Okay, so we're gonna, if you're in this position, we're gonna grab the ankles. We're just gonna straight up and then curve. If you're in cross-legged position, you're gonna grab your knees. You're gonna do the same thing. Up and then curving down. And when you curve down, think about the spine stretching in the opposite direction. So think about, if this finger is your spine, think about this being the top of your head leading in one direction, and your tailbone leading in the other direction, and giving your spine a nice curve here, nice stretch. The other thing you can think about is having a big ball here, which you're trying to embrace, like you're trying with your entire body to embrace, stretching rather than collapsing. You're stretching the back. Okay, so either the knees, holding the knees and stretching up. And curving. Or holding the ankles up and back. And forward and around the ball. Really give yourself give your spine a good stretch. Back, up and back. Really work with your shoulder blades here. Try to put your shoulder blades together. That really helps. And forward and around the ball. Really let your head to drop. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so one last thing in this position. So you can be like this, you can be like this as well. If you are crossing your legs, then change the leg that's forward. Like you can start with this one, and then the next time you can change. So you experience both stretches, both hips stretching basically. Okay, so putting the hands behind you, stretching back, and then the hands, the arms are stretched, the head is leading forward as far as you can reach, okay? With your straight back. If it's here, then stay here. Okay, stretched back, I mean straight back. Okay. And breathe. Really, really breathe here. And again. So if you have your legs crossed, this is what it should look like. Then walk yourself up. One last time, changing the legs if that's the position you're in. So exhaling now. Breathing deeply. And allow the breath to soften your muscles, to help the stretch, to allow the tension to dissipate. And walk yourself up. Wonderful. Okay, so next thing, stretching your feet, stretching your legs forward, your feet flexed, they can be pointed. I don't know if you can see, They can be pointed or flexed, whatever is most comfortable for you. I recommend flexed because when they're pointed, we tend to forget about them and we relax them. So it's good to have tension here. So flexed feet, I would keep my feet flexed. Okay, so make sure here that you're sitting on your sit bones again and you have your back straight. If you can't do that, again, you can do it, you can put a cushion below or you can bend your legs. That is totally fine. You can totally do that as much as you know have to bend them in order to sit on your sit bones. This is very important. Okay, so I'm going to keep mine straight and we're going to start with gentle stretching to one side. I'm starting to the right side. So if that's comfortable for you and you're completely fine here, then stay here. Again, think about the head dropping. So there's no tension here in the neck. And really think about this arm really stretching, really pulling you towards maybe the upper corner of the room or the opposite wall or whatever. So really there is tension, it's not just like drops here, but there's really stretching happening, okay? And if you can go lower, then I invite you to go on your elbow and really stretch that part of your body. And make sure if you're here, make sure that your sit bones are on the floor, so you're not coming off the ground, okay? So your sit bones are on the ground. Okay. Enjoy that stretch. Take the arm towards the opposite wall or in the opposite direction and give your neck a good stretch. So if you can't feel it, then maybe you can move the arm a little bit back or forward or a little bit more, like you can stretch it a bit more so you can feel, or you can move even the neck, so you can find the stretch for yourself basically. And just stay there for a few minutes, for a few seconds. And allow that arm, that hand to pull you up. Obviously help yourself with the other arm. And then go to the opposite direction. So you can stay here as I said, or you can go lower and think about your feet up or pointed, whatever's most comfortable. Think about that stretch. Really let the arm, the hand pull you in one direction, and then the sit bones anchor you on the ground. Breathe here, breathe in the stretch. And take the arm in the opposite direction. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. Find the stretch for yourself. You may want to, move a little bit the head or the arm in order to find the stretch. And stay there. Holding the intention of gentleness, being gentle to yourself, being gentle to your body, to your process. This movement practice is a way of gifting your body some compassion, some love, some care and attention. Okay, and then go to the middle. And we're gonna breathe up One last time. Breathe up. From here we're going to take the palms forward and think about your head and your so basically the spine needs to be straight. The head is pulling in one direction and the sit bones or the tailbone is pulling in towards the earth, so you're firmly anchored in the earth here. So go forward as much as you can with straight back. If that's here, that's fine. If you're bending your knees, it's still the same thing, you know, stretching the back. Okay, so as far as you can, really pulling, allowing these hands here, clasped hands, to really pull you forward, to really stretch your back. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. So what could help you is to have this position of the hands. So intertwine your fingers. You have the two fingers like this, pulling you forward. A few more deep breaths. And drop the hands down and allow them to walk you back up. Nice. Shake the legs. So one more time. And allow the hands to drop here. It doesn't matter how further you are. Just allow them to drop here and really rest. Really rest. Drop your head. Drop everything. Still think about the spine being as straight as you can. You can drop the tension in your feet. They don't have to be flexed. So we are just resting here and allowing the hamstrings to really elongate. So with the breath, when you exhale, try to deepen the stretch. And then walk yourself back up. Wonderful. Okay, so one last thing in this position. So we're going to do circles. So this is going to be nice and dynamic. Really go for it. Really allow yourself to spin. So we're going to do circles. We're going to start here and then go forward as much as you can, and then in the middle again. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So it doesn't matter how much you can lean. So if it's here, then that's totally fine. If you can go lower, that's also totally fine. So we're doing circles. So let's start to the right. First slower, and then around, up, and then to the opposite direction, around, and up, and around, and up. And we're going to speed up a little bit and let it go. And breathe. breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Three more times. So really let your arms in your upper body go. There is no need to hold any shape. It's about the circular movement. Okay, one last time to one side and one last time to the other side. Wonderful. And up. Take the legs. Great. Okay, well, so let's do little spirals here in this position. So cross legs, cross-legged, and all you do is put one hand here, one hand behind, and you just go around and hold it there for a bit. And then go to the other side. Lovely. Okay, so next one. So we're in this position. As you can see, my back is straight. So actually I'm gonna stay like this so you can see me. So we're gonna just do gentle curves of the spine up and down. So I think that's called cat stretch or something like that in some yoga traditions. Up and down. We're gonna do this, so breathing in, breathing out. 10 times in your own time. So one, this is up and down is one, okay? Okay, and return to the center. And what we're going to do now is circles. So we are going to circle. Think about the tailbone and the head going in one direction and then the spine going in the other direction. So the middle of the spine. So, you know, you see? I hope this makes sense. So we're doing, if this is the spine, so, oh no, I can't explain it, like this. So, I hope you can see. So we have the head and the tailbone going in one direction and the middle of the spine or the torso going in the other direction, and that's always the case. I hope it makes sense. And then you can do it in the other direction. You can reverse. hope this is clear enough. Okay, so let's do it 5 times in one direction, then 5 times in the other direction. Okay, in your own time. Just really, it doesn't matter if you're doing it right or wrong, just really enjoy this movement of the spine. In the other direction. And curve up. And bend. And go in child's pose. Take a few breaths here. Just take your time and take a few breaths. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to do one last exercise, which is going to be we're gonna be up and we're gonna stretch the legs and the hips, and then we're gonna have a deep relaxation for a few minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to change the angle of the camera here because you won't be able to see me. Hope this is okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open the legs, parallel position. What that means is your toes are facing forward, open as much as you can, and what we're going to do is we are going to bend. Well, I encourage you to have a wide stance because that's going to be much more comfortable. So we're going to bend to one side as much as you can, and then to the other side as much as you can. Okay, don't push yourself to the point of not being able to, to lift yourself. And what the hands are doing is, so hands come together here in the middle and then help you to lift up. And again, come together and help you to lift up. So we're really working the muscles here of the legs. We're really working the hamstrings, the strength of the hamstrings. Okay, let's do this 5 times on each side, so 10 times all. So you're going down as deep as you can, and then up, and then down as deep as you can, then up. So here it's very important that when you bend, your knee goes exactly where your toes are, so it goes more forward. If that is painful, if some of you have got problems with knees, then you can turn the feet to the side and you can allow your knee to go, this way, if this is most more comfortable for your knees, so there is no twist there. This is very comfortable position, so you can do this, and to the other side as well. You can do it this way. The only issue here is that in order to keep your balance, you have to keep turning your feet forward when you go up. Okay, let's go for it. So, Okay, I've lost the count. I hope this is 10. I hope you're counting for yourself. So from here, you don't have to have such wide stance. So from here, we're just going to do a simple squat down. Again, feet are facing forward, knees are bending forward. Don't twist them. If you can't do that, then you can open the position of the feet to a second position. You know, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but you know, they're facing towards the side, and then you can bend like this. So the knees are bending where the toes are. If that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna go this way, and we're gonna stay here for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Deepen and go up. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Down and up. Okay? And shake the legs. We're going to do it one last time for 20. So shake the legs. And one last time. Breathe in. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Deepen up. Okay. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Shake the legs. Okay, so one last exercise. So we're in this pyramid pose. So this is an interesting one. So take your hands up, and I encourage you to step as wide as you can, because so we're gonna bend the front knee, and we're gonna bend the back knee, and the back knee is actually pulling us towards the ground, but we're not going to the ground. And as you see, my pelvis is really going forward, right? It's really pushing here. It's really pushing forward in such a way so this hip can feel a nice stretch down towards the knee. You just feel a nice stretch here. So if you don't feel that, maybe put your hands here at the back and just allow, gently push forward, not much, just gently push forward. Okay? And then take your hands up. And if you need deeper stretch, you can go lower down, or if not, then you can go up. Just stay there, hold this position for a few seconds. Think about, again, your upper body pulling you upwards, like your hands pulling you upwards towards the sky, and the knee pulling you downwards towards the earth. So you have this feeling of being stretched in two opposite directions. That really, really helps. Okay, and going to the middle and going to the other side. I forgot to tell you, so the feet are pointing the same direction. Okay, the same thing. Really allow this leg to bend. It's not about keeping it straight, it's exactly the opposite, bending. And kind of gently thinking about the pelvis going forward. Not tucking it, don't tuck it. It's going to be very difficult in this position to tuck it anyway. So gently stretching the hip here, the hip joint. And pulling into opposite directions. Towards the sky and towards the earth, being stretched nicely. Breathe here, breathe. Okay, take it to the middle. So, last thing. So we're going to go as low as you can. So we're going to bend the right knee. We're going to put our hands on the floor and we're going to stretch. I encourage you to keep your heel on the floor. If you can't, then you don't have to. So stretch as low. If it's here, then stay here, you know. If it's here, then stay here. Really stretch as much as you can. And then go to the other side and stretch as low as you can. If that's here, that's fine. If that's here, that's fine. But really try to challenge yourself and to really stretch that hamstring. Okay, go to the middle. Turn to one side. So we're going to do a squat here. So we're squatting. We're bending the lunge. No squat. Lunge. So we're bending the knee forward. The right knee, and here we're keeping the leg straight. If you can see, the leg is straight, the heel is pointing in the opposite direction, it's pulling us in the opposite direction. You can put the hand here if you need to. If you feel like you're strong enough and you can put your hands up, then definitely do that. If not, I want you to keep your hands at the side of your front foot and giving you support. So the point is to feel stretch here. The point is not to push yourself to the point of complete exhaustion or, you know, collapsing. So do whatever is best for you guys. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna stay here for a bit. Okay, so from this position, if you're here, that's fine. Cross your opposite elbow, your left elbow over the right knee. Put a fist in your palm and just look towards that elbow that's sticking up. So this looks like this from this side. So you're bending like this. So you have a nice twist here, nice spiral. And if you're watching it from this side, it looks like this. I hope this makes sense. So let's hold this position for a bit. Really breathe here. take it down. You can put the knee in front into pigeon pose and just go down. And have a little rest here. If you want to give yourself more of a stretch, then keep your foot and your knee on the same line and then go forward. Okay? Okay, and let's do the other side. So in your own time, when you're ready, doing a lunge, and hold up. Or you can be here, whichever. So we're building endurance here, strength, ability to go through, to finish projects, to complete cycles. Okay, so take a twist now. And down. Pigeon pose. Go forward. Give yourself a nice rest here. You don't have to lie down so far low. If it's here, then it's here. If you can't straighten that back leg, then keep it bent. And if you actually want to give yourself a challenge, then have 90 degrees here where the knee is. Foot and knee are on the same line. This hip is facing forward and then go forward. Okay, walk yourself up. Well done, guys. Well done. So sit in your cross-legged position or whatever position is comfortable for you. Let's take a few breaths up and bring them down into the solar plexus. Up, drawing the breath in towards the solar plexus, the base, the root. Really anchoring it down. One last time. Activating that core. Thinking about our core. The flame in there. Always shining for us. always showing the way, always bright. So feel your body. How does it feel after all this stretching? And tune into what is it you need today. What is it you need to give yourself today? I invite you to lie down on your back now. If you have something to put in your eyes, or if you want to switch the lights off or pull the curtains, go for it. I invite you to lie down for about 5 or 10 minutes. I am going to where is my singing bowl? I'm going to let you know when it's time to wake up. So I invite you to lie down on your back and let go of everything. Reflect on the practice, reflect on what we've done, and release, release, release. Release stress, release tension, release anxiety. Okay, so we start now. time to come back. If you need more time, feel free to just let this video run out and stay in your deep relaxation. Thank you so much for being here and moving with me and with the Strength card. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this series and just doing more of these kind of things. Let me know if you liked the movements. Let me know if something came up for you. Yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback. Lots of love. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.